Hey everybody, I hope everybody's having a good night. Welcome to my National Poetry Month celebration, part 5, April 5th, 2016. Okay, so yeah, I'm a little on the goofy side tonight, but that's okay. Um, like I said, every other time we've done this, you can find the link to my brand new collection of poetry called Analog Poems. It's right here. You can find the link in the description section below if you're watching this on the YouTubes, and if you're watching this on my Facebook author page, you can find it right above on the little caption / title for this talking head video of me reading some poetry. So, anywho, here I come back for more poetic tomfoolery and otherwise otherwise weird musings on the night. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and as it turns out, I have kind of a theme about speaking out tonight, about using your voice with authority and with conviction. And those are kind of words that I've very poorly paraphrased from a Taylor Mali poem that I'm going to read tonight, actually. I'm going to read 2 poems as always. I'm going to read someone else's and then mine. And I think I just spilled the beans onto that one. The first one will be a Taylor Mali poem. I first heard of Taylor Mali when I started watching poetry videos. It was Def Poetry Slam, or Def Poetry Jam, excuse me. I was watching one of the videos, and his What Teachers Make, which went on to have more than 1 million views. I don't know how many million plus views it has now, but that was my first introduction to Mr. Mali. And sometime later after that, I had the opportunity to bring some of my classes to see him perform, and I met him that day, which was really cool. And then sometime a little later afterwards, he came to my area, and he did another performance, and I was fortunate enough to see him for that, and he remembered me, and we talked some more. And there's a picture of us somewhere, not on the phone I'm recording this on, but he was very cool and very gracious. Insisted on reading, or signing rather, both of my copies of his collections at the time. He only had 2 out, and he signed them both for me. I'll show you that in a second too, if you like. Yeah, I think you would. But anywho, I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to read his poem from his first collection. Actually, incidentally, it's called What Learning Leaves. I say incidentally because not only do both the poems I had picked out have a theme of using your voice, but both poems, both Taylor Mali's and my own, come from our respective first collections of poetry. They say everything happens for a reason, right? So without further ado and without further shenanigans, I will, yeah, that's my favorite phrase lately. I will read a poem by Taylor Mali called Totally Like Whatever, you know? In case you hadn't noticed, it has somehow become totally uncool to sound like you know what you're talking about, or believe strongly in what you're saying. Invisible question marks and parenthetical you knows have been attaching themselves to the end of our sentences, even when those sentences aren't like questions, you know? Declarative sentence, so called because they used to, like, declare things to be true, as opposed to other things which were, like, not, have been infected by a totally hip and a tragically cool interrogative tone, you know? Like, don't think I'm uncool just because I've noticed this. This is just the word on the street, you know? It's like what I've heard. I have nothing personally invested in my own opinions, okay? I'm just inviting you to join me on the bandwagon of my own uncertainty. Whatever happened to our conviction? Where are the limbs on which we once walked? Have they been, like, chopped down with the rest of the rainforest? You know? Or have we, like, nothing to say? Has society become so, like, totally, I mean, absolutely, you know, that we've gotten to the point where it's just like, whatever? And so certainly our disarticulationness is just a clever sort of thing to disguise the fact that we've become the most aggressively inarticulate generation to come along since, you know, a long, long time ago. Oh, sorry about that. But I entreat you, I implore you, I exhort you, and I challenge you to speak with conviction, to say what you believe in a manner that bespeaks the determination with which you believe it. Because contrary to the wisdom of the bumper sticker, it's not enough these days to question authority. You have to speak with it, too. Taylor Mawley. Like I said, one of my favorite poets of all time. That was from his collection, What Learning Leaves. And yes, the poem I mentioned earlier before, like the one that he has had over 1 million views on. I don't even know how. Just check it out if you haven't. What Teachers Make is in that one too. And he just an amazing poetic mind and a really nice fella. Had a great time getting to know him a little bit and talking to him and spending some time. And I'm very gracious for the time he gave me to talk about poetry. Actually, he was more interested in talking about what I was about, which is kind of cool. Actually, it's very cool. I went to see him, and then that's how it turned out. All right. Anyway, as I go on, my poem has that kind of same theme to it of speaking with authority, speaking with conviction, and it's also got the idea of writing it all down. I love to write. I haven't made that clear already, and I don't know what I'm doing with these videos. But anyway, this one here came from a conversation with a friend of mine in some writing circles. That I do a lot of online chatting via Twitter, most likely. But I typically talk about politics, writing, hip-hop, what have you. But in this case, it was a writing conversation, and this person became a good friend, someone I bounced ideas off of, and she inspired me to write this poem because she said that my poems and my poetry have a certain urgency about them. So I wrote this poem called "The Life You Write May Be Your Own." A long time ago, I realized that I should keep writing, and that I should write like my life depends on it. For the life I write may be my own. Every syllable, word, comma, period, apostrophe pulls it all together, strings every heartbeat, breath, minute, day, and beyond into one continuous life. A life that lives to learn. A life that has only just begun to figure out how to just be. I write like my life depends on it. Like every word might be my last. Like each word is more vital than the last. This life I write might be my own. So I scrutinize every word to the letter, every tense to make sure I live in the present, a present to unwrap like every day is Christmas, a gift like every day is my birthday. I'm that kid wiping sleep from my eyes. I'm awake. To everyone I meet, write like your life depends on it. Treat every word like they're the building blocks to your own constitution. Use every word like they're your personal declaration of independence. All of it, because the life you write may be your own. Know that what you say and how you say it can make you a force that has never before been seen. Know that even the word unmovable, even something that says that it's unmovable, can be budged and pushed, and the word unbreakable is just up front. Discover that in your words. Fight with them. Write them down. Write with them. Because the life you write just may be your own. And that is for my friend Bianca. Analog poems. Alright, so analog poems. What Learning Leaves. Taylor Molly opening for me. Probably the only way he'll open for me is if I do it myself. So yeah, if you feel free, if you feel the urge, if you feel the poetry bug, check the link below on YouTube. Check the link above if you're on Facebook author page. Remember, try to do your best to just get your word out there. Create something. It's very easy to destroy. Very, very easy to destroy. It takes minutes to destroy. It takes time to build. But like Kurt Vonnegut says, at least you will have created something. So that's the way to make your soul grow, as he said too. So just do that. But if you feel inclined, help me in my creativity by clicking on the link, whichever way you go, and buying yourself, or maybe someone you know, a copy of my own poems. And yeah, so that's that. National Poetry Month, Day 5. Alright, hope everybody's having a good night so far, and the rest of the night. Peace, love, hair grease. One love, everybody.